Alrighty, so to begin, get yourself set up like so, where you've got the chairs and the backs of the chairs facing in, a little bit of space between here so they're not too close together, and this third chair to sit. And mute everybody. Okay. And beginning with this sitting at front edge, finding your central pillar, the vertical upright, and doing a little breathing work in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Remembering those three basic important skills: Zhongjung, or central upright; Chunwan, which means to relax everything that can be relaxed and let it sink. The word chun means heavy, a sunken heaviness. So allow that sunken heaviness to ground you through the chair, through your legs, down to the ground. Because a lot of times we're holding ourselves up, bracing ourselves. And Tai Chi says, no, don't do that. Settle it all, let it sink down through. And that's Chunwan. And then Qingling is this quality that's left throughout your whole body when you allow that sunken heaviness to go down and you keep your central upright in your body. So the moment we start slouching and losing that central upright, then the relaxation part actually impinges areas and collapses areas and gets stuck. So that's why it has to be both. There has to be the upright quality as well as the relaxation and sunken quality. And then that yields this light, nimble quality. Breathing in through the nose, long, smooth, and full, expanding. Feel it open you up from inside. And then feel that settling, that consolidating and melting. And then again, inhaling. And then exhaling. So it's actually sort of tragic that we can survive off of very mediocre breathing. Again, it's a good thing because we're still alive without having great breath. But the problem is we allow ourselves to get to this very mediocre breathing status. And as we age, that just sort of quietly, silently shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And so we have to apply the mind to the breath to really open up all that space. And that's where the holding of the breath full helps, because it's sort of like a balloon, the pressure in the balloon just pushing open. Again, my hands are representing what I want you to be feeling in your torso. So you can be doing it with your hands, Lana, if you want. But the point is, I'm trying to point out something that needs to happen in your torso. And then the exhale, that melting quality, that sinking quality, that releasing quality. And then that inhale has to have the opposite effect. Opening, expanding space. And then that melting of the structure, that softening of the tissue all the way. Let's do that twice more. Now on your next inhale, slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, arch the back. So now we're moving the entire spinal column, pelvis, head, spine, ribs, shoulders. And then slide the hands forward as you hollow the chest back, drop your head, open the whole back side of the body. And then do it again. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, 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 open, arch. And exhale. Rounding, slide those hands forward, drop the head. And again. So there's some unique ideas or unique understandings, epiphanies that the Taoist practices are built off of. And one of them is, how do I find the perfect neutral position in regards to a range of motion here? How do I find the middle? The only way to really find the middle is to explore the extremes of the range. So that's what we're doing here in the spinal flexion extension.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
This is my first class, and could you express what inhaling and exhaling?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just a couple times, I'll catch on.
What was your question?
Could you describe when to inhale and exhale, or just give those?
Oh, yeah. So the inhale happens on this movement here, the arch, right? And then the exhale happens here, right? And then the inhale, and then the exhale. Now, the breathing is important, and also don't get overburdened by it. It adds a little something to it, but it also is very natural. Like when you don't even think about it, the body kind of will go along with that rhythm. And if you get lost on it, it's not a big deal. So just learning first the mechanics of all of these movements of spinal flexion, spinal extension, scapular retraction, protraction, all that stuff. The breath is important. And also, if we over focus on it, we can miss some of the other technical side in the beginning, especially. So now, as I was saying too, the neutral spine, the good posture, is something we want. But how do I find it? Rather than thinking of, okay, let me get there and then hold myself there, the Taoist Tai Chi Qigong understanding is you have to explore the range of motion entirely, and then when you relax, you are in the middle, rather than find the middle and hold it, right? That's a subtle change, but it's pretty important. Rather than get your posture and hold on, it's explore the full movement, and then you can just relax and trust that your body knows where that middle is. So the same thing is true in this movement we'll do here. Left hand, this is my right hand, but I'll say left because I want you to let me be your mirror. I'll be your mirror. So left hand forward past the knee. Right hand and elbow pull back. Turn your shoulders and turn your head, rotating right. And then come back to middle. And then right hand forward, left hand and elbow back. And then middle. And then turn. So again, you don't have to worry about the breath, or you could inhale middle, exhale twist, inhale middle, exhale twist, inhale and exhale. But keep in mind the point I was making about the neutral position, the middle position, being defined by us being able to explore the ranges of motion in either direction or in both directions. So we're defining the middle by finding out what is entirely rotated left, what's entirely rotated right. And that holds for the health of every single joint in the body and all the mechanics of the body. That process of moving them all through their range of motion, and then that teaches the body how to use them correctly. So come back to the middle. Now shift your weight to your right buttock, and then shift your weight to your left buttock. So just notice you can do that little teeter-totter from one butt cheek to the other. Now stay in your right buttock and side bend your spine. To add to that, lift your left wrist. Notice how I lifted it. I didn't swing it way out here. I drew it just softly, loosely up right in this little space. The elbow flares out like so, and that allows you a little more room to lean. And then we come back up to the center. Left arm goes straight. Shift to the left buttock, side bend, and then this right wrist, the elbow. You notice my elbow flares out. There's some space here, and the wrist comes up and you lean. And then we come back to the middle, and then we lean. So again, by defining the two ends of this range of motion, the lateral movement, sideways movement of the spinal column, we're helping to calibrate middle, neutral, but in a very Taoist Tai Chi Qigong way, which means we're not trying to grab it, we're actually trying to reveal it by loosening all the parts on all the sides and all the mechanics. Let's go ahead and find the middle. So again, we went rounded and arch, we went twisted, and then we went sideways. That's that first module of movement just to get the calibration going and loosen up everything in the middle. Now the second really important thing here is the scapula, the shoulder blades, and the arms as they plug into the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades go up and down. That's one of the movements that they do, up and down. The other one they do is squeeze together, relax to neutral, and spread apart. That's usually the weirdest one, the one that people have the hardest time understanding. Protract. When I do this, you might think I'm lifting, but I'm not. I'm spreading my shoulder blades apart on my back, and this area has to hollow. These are important areas to move for various reasons. So protract, now elevate, retract, slide down, neutral. Make sure you dropped your shoulders there, Chris. Your right shoulder, aha, right? So just notice, and I'll use you as the example, and this is true for everybody. We're all sort of doing this and we don't know we're doing it. We're holding places in our body, and we want to be capable of really dropping it all out. So now do it again. We go forward and up, back and down, and let go. So it's like we wrung out the rag, all that tension in the body. We're moving in a way that loosens it and tenderizes it and makes it more what the Taoists call sung, S-U-N-G, which means soft, supple, pliable, sort of capable of fluid movement. Now let's reverse. We go back, up, over the top, forward, down, under, back and up, over the top, forward, down, under, back and up, over the top, forward, down, under, back and up, over over the top, forward, and down. And then the last one we do with the arms here, bend the elbows, flare the elbows out and up. And then elbows down. Then elbows around and squeeze. And down. Again, out and up. Down. Around and squeeze. Touch the elbows together. There you go. Down. One more. Now, elbows straight back. Straight behind you. Then elbows down, forward, up. And then forward, down, back. Pull the elbows back. And then down, forward, up. One more time. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. And down. And then we go elbows out, one above, one below. Wrap. Open. Wrap. Open. Wrap. And open. Wrap. Open. And release. So now we've emptied out what's going on up here. Let's do a little bit for the legs and hips, and then we're ready to stand up. So right knee lift and pull the heel in like you're loading a spring, and then push away, reload, set it down. Switch. Load, push away, load, down. Load, push away, load, down. Load, push away, load, down. Load, push away, load, and down. One more. Load, push away, load, and down. Now the foot and ankle, straighten the leg. We go point, flex. And then tilt the foot a little in, out, and circles. And reverse, circle. Switch, point and flex. Tilt the foot a little in, out. Circle. And reverse, circle. And down. Scoot forward on your chair. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance. Lift your heels. Now turn knees and toes in, and then knees and toes out, getting the hip rotation, internal and external. Internal, external. Internal, external, and neutral. Legs hip distance. Now we fold from the hips and then sit upright from the hips, tip back from the hips. So the whole body gets moved through space with just a simple hip hinge. Hip hinge. sitting upright. Now, loose shoulders and arms, loose legs, free moving hips, all put together with those first three principles of Zhong or central upright, Chun One, relaxing and releasing as your means of finding stability. So not holding, but relaxing. And then Qing Ling is light and nimble. So we fold, we pour the weight, again, down through the legs. So the weight stays down there as you come up with a tall body with a looseness, not a sloppiness, but a relaxed, sunken quality through the body. And then we keep the weight under the feet as you fold at the hips, right? That hip hinge. You sink by folding at the hips. You can reach your hand back, make sure your chair is there, and then sit in your chair. So now I'm using the chair to get me to the earth. I fold, and now I let the legs be the way I'm getting down to the earth, all the way tall. And then fold and sink. And we do it one more time. Fold and rise. Now, don't sit in your chair. Just fold and sink and then rise back up. So just get that movement freedom of hinging and folding. And then rise. Folding. And rise. Now, we've got our chairs. Move closer to your right side chair. And don't move your chair out of the way. Keep your sitting chair there for you, because where will you sit if you need to sit down? So keep your chair. Just because I moved mine out of the way, that doesn't mean you move yours out of the way. So keep your chair where you can sit on it if you need to for balance. Now we've got this chair to the right of us. First exercise, no hands on the chair. Change your body weight to your right leg. Let the knee have a little give, a little bend. Let that leg take the weight down to the earth, and feel this other leg become lighter, emptier. And then change. So all the weight goes through the left leg. So the right foot changes its status from weight bearing to no weight at all. And then we change again. Right leg and left leg. Now just notice, are you holding your body? Let go. So any tension up here that maybe I think is giving me balance and stability, it's actually making me top heavy and making me less capable of grounding. So we have to loosen. We can't grab. We got to loosen as best as we can. And some aspect of that is just your mind. Your mind has to continue to send that message to your body of let go, as you're changing body weight left to right. So this is the lowest possible danger we can have while practicing walking. We're not picking our foot up. We're not moving forward or backwards or even sideways. We're just in place, changing full empty and then full empty. So this is your fundamental practice when you're standing in line, you're waiting at a stoplight, and you want to keep this fluidity going. You just casually change left to right. Now stay in your left leg, hand on the chair if you need it, lift the heel and get to the tip of the shoe. And then come back down, and then change your body weight to the right leg. Wait until the left leg is actually empty, and then lift the heel, get to the tip of the shoe, and back down. And then change your weight, and then lift the heel, get to the tip of the shoe, back down, change. Tip of the shoe, back down, change. Tip of the shoe, back down, change. So then the next level of this exercise, hand on the chair here for safety, get to the tip of the shoe, then disconnect the foot from the floor a little bit, and then place the whole foot down, change your weight down through the left leg. Get to the tip of that right empty foot, disconnect it from the floor, reconnect it down, change. So this is a little more dangerous, a little more challenging to actually pull the foot off the ground, place it down without the body weight clumsily falling into it, and then change the weight. So I got to be able to lift the empty foot and land the empty foot, then change. From this middle pivot, and that's where stability comes from, is this Zhongjung central upright quality. Now, hand on the chair, weight down through your left leg. Now we go for full lift. So please use the chair for safety so you can get this full lift and then all the way down to the ground. Change the weight and then full lift, down, change. So this little exercise here done in place, we haven't gone anywhere, will do more for your walking skill than clumsily walking miles and miles and many, many steps throughout your day. Because a lot of times people are training the wrong skill over and over and over again. Whereas what's really needed is what the Taoists call separation of yin and yang, or separation of full and empty. Full, empty, right? Once you have that, then you can take it to the next challenge. So I'm turning a little sideways so you can see the angles, but you just keep facing forward. Put your weight in your left leg and put your right foot in front like so, with the heel touching the ground, empty foot. So here's all my weight. This foot is empty. Chair is here. Now let the weight go down through your right leg and get to the tippy toe of your left foot. And then go down through your left leg, get to the tippy heel of your right foot. So down moves me forward. Down grounds me, keeps me safe, and move me backwards. But I didn't have to lean or pitch forward or backward. I just changed the weight down to the earth. Change the weight down to the earth. So now I'm moving forward in space, moving backwards in space, but my teacup on the head is still remaining balanced. Now, hand on the chair, lift your right leg, empty, lower the heel, empty, shift. Then this back leg, bend the knee, touch the toe, shift. So now we're adding challenge. The weight stays down, you lift, you lower, you shift. So use the chair for safety. Someday, maybe you feel comfortable enough to do like I'm doing, where I'm relaxed. The weight is down here and I'm going, okay, lift and lower, shift. So it's these tests of saying, do I have the context set up of loose and relaxed, lift and lower, and then change. Loose and relaxed, lift, lower, change. And then we go final level up, hand on chair for sure, knee, down, shift. Now this back leg, bring the knee forward and up, toe reach back, shift. The weight down, the knee up, down. Shift the weight down, the knee forward and up, toe back, shift. So all these someday can be done with no hand on the chair, but use the chair to keep you safe and give you the courage to try for some of these more difficult positions. Switch sides. So now, side step over. You got your other chair. Put all your weight in your right leg, left foot in front, heel touching. Level 1 is just shift, 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 shift. So this is just your basic walk. It's your basic use of your feet. Rolling, rolling. Now, hand on the chair, level 2. This left leg empty. Lift, lower, shift. Once your back leg is empty, like a little flamingo, bend, place the toe down, shift. Front leg empty, lift, lower, shift. The weight down allows the freedom of that other foot up. So the saying in Tai Chi is, primary direction is down, down, down. And then hand on the chair, we go weight down that right leg, left knee up, down, shift. And then this back leg goes forward and up, toe back, shift. The weight down allows this lift, lower, shift, lift, reach back, shift. Back. Switch sides again. Over to your first side. Just like our first exercise set up. So we went weight in the left leg, right foot out. Now, shift. Once this back foot is empty, step. Then shift. So the mantra, shift without stepping, step without shifting, shift without stepping. So that means we're separating these events so that I'm changing which leg is my primary support leg. I'm then stepping this foot without clumsily putting body weight in it. And then I'm deciding when to make it my primary leg. So that's separate, empty, and full, a principle in Tai Chi practice. So being clear on the mountain and the cloud. Then the cloud becomes the mountain becomes the cloud. It stays a cloud as it steps. And then change. Mountain, cloud. Mountain and cloud, step the cloud. Now, hand on chair, level 2. We go lift, lower, shift. Now, as your back foot is empty, use that empty quality to step over something. And then down. Shift. Back leg, flamingo. Shift. Now this empty leg in front floats up, tuck, reach, shift. The weight going down gives me the freedom to lift, lower, shift. The fact that this is an empty leg and the other one's full should give me the ability to float this foot through space, lower it without any body weight, and then change. And that back foot lift lower, change. Then it's lift, tuck, reach, shift, and then lift, lower. One more. This is level 2. So these little challenges. Think of it like a little gauntlet or a little game, right? Now we add the challenge. Use the chair, lift all the way up, down, shift. Then go heel, knee, foot, down, shift. And then go knee, back, shift. And then we go up, tuck, reach, shift. So the weight going down allows that movement, and then the weight going down allows this. And then the weight going down allows this. Weight down, staying down. That's the important thing. The weight has to stay down through this leg all the way through until I decide to change. In the middle is what's being cultivated. Now we switch sides. Come across. Other chair. Put the weight in your right leg, left foot out in front. Level 1 is just shift. Wait until that foot's empty. Step it while it's empty. Shift. And then shift. The primary direction down allows the freedom of this foot to step and then shift. Shift, step, shift. If you cannot allow one leg to do all the support work, then you really haven't earned the right to take a step, right? But the problem is everybody is doing it incorrectly. It's just Parkinson's and then old age makes it more and more risky to do it incorrectly. So that's why it's just important to train, get this awareness of what it actually feels like to have 100, 0, and then changing. So then 100, 0, and then 100, 0, 100, 0. That will then give you the underlying fundamentals to go, okay, lift that 0, lower that 0, then make it the full. Then this foot can now step over something and then change. And then a little flamingo. And then change. This is now empty enough to lift, tuck, reach, shift. And you notice my body's not stiff and straight. There's a bend, the bowing that's happening with all the parts. I'm not locked like a stick figure. There's something else going on, and that's this Tai Chi understanding of loose and hydraulic, springy parts. Up, tuck, reach, back. Now let's go level 3, hand on the chair, so you can go all the way lift. It doesn't lift any higher than this. This is as high as you need to be able to get it, and then down. Shift, and then we go heel, knee, foot, down. Shift, and then we go knee, foot back, shift. And Chris, I'll say one thing. It looks to me like you're walking like this. Okay? So I understand that you may think that's helping you, and in some ways it does, because it gives you a view of the ground. But look at the mechanics that I'm creating for myself, right? Versus here. So get tall if you can, and look ahead. Or if you're gonna look down, try to do it just with your head a little bit and your eyeballs rather than your whole body, right? But that's also something you have to work on, and that's where this class, and especially the Friday class, where we do all the joint mobilization stuff, all of it helps to get our Zhongjun back in place. Lift, lower, shift, heel, knee, foot, down, shift, knee, back, shift, and back. Okay. now move to the left side of your space. And then turn and face downrange. So you can see on my floor, I've got a big long runway. And I've got my chairs to the left that I can use in case I need them. And then stand. Now put all the weight in your right leg, down through that bendable right leg. Put your left foot in front. Now we shift. One full, one empty. The empty foot steps and remains empty as I put the heel to the ground. Then shift. The empty foot can step. Shift. The empty foot steps. Now notice we're moving forwards in space, but you don't have to pitch your body forward at all. In fact, that gets you in trouble. Just be right where you are, straight down through the ground, put the foot out there, and then go straight down to the ground. Step, straight down to the ground. The same is true when going backwards. It's straight down through the ground. One foot needs to be empty, and that's the foot that has levity, that can step. And then straight down through to the ground, step. Straight down through to the ground, step. Straight down through the ground. The term my teacher used the other day, which I think is really good, is pitching. Pitching forward and pitching backward. So a lot of times we're pitching backward or we're pitching forward when that's not helping in any way. Just try to keep this nice jung vertical line and get down to the earth with this chungwon, this soft, sunken heaviness, and feel the qingling lightness through the body. So now walk forward. Down to the earth, step. Down to the earth, step. Down. Down. And then backwards. Always be more careful going backwards because that's awkward. You can't quite see. So be really attentive. Keep an eye on where your chairs are and where you would go if you needed them. But same concept. One full, one empty. One full, one empty. One full, one empty. We're going to do it a couple more times. Please go exactly as slowly as you need to, but see if you can start to flow. So that it starts to just feel like you're just walking. Right? Where you're just walking across the room and there isn't that pausing, perhaps. Where we slow down in Tai Chi practice to discern the different things that are going on and the different mechanics, but eventually it's supposed to go back to just flow. Flow. But that flow has within it this discernment of the full empty, full empty, full empty, full empty, full empty, and all of that. And then let's do one final round where, if you'd like to, you work on stepping over. Shit. This trains you to really make sure you've got full and empty, right? Because it's a proving ground. It's saying, okay, you can sort of cheat when you do this step, but when you do this step, it really shows you where you're either holding tension or you're leaning or you're pitching. It really forces you to find that way through. All right. And as you get back to your starting position, then turn and face forward again. Put the weight all in your left leg, right foot steps out and in. We're going to do that a few times. So your weight's in your left, you go out and in, and out and in. The key to this one is do not go out with your body weight and then back with your body weight. Your body weight stays through this leg, and this leg is as empty as an arm, right? This leg is free. right? And now put that foot out there, leave it there, change using the hip and this mechanism right here, the space inside you to move 100, 0, and then 100, 0, and then 100, 0. And notice when I'm changing leg to leg, there's no amount of me that's leaning and leaning. I'm not doing that. I'm moving using this space inside to change to this leg, change to this leg. Now stay in this leg, bring the other foot in, out, in, out, in, out. And then lastly, bring this foot all the way in, keep your feet totally together, use this space to change to this leg, and then change to this leg. And it's sort of like a ball rolling inside this pivot point that changes. So this is empty, and then this is empty, and then this is empty. Now, the weight down through your left leg, step out. Then the weight goes down through the right leg, step in. Weight down through left leg, step out. Change. Step in. Once again, we're moving through space. We're covering ground, but we're not putting ourselves at risk clumsily. We're being very grounded and very mobile. And then grounded and mobile. Switch directions, going back. Notice there's no pitching happening through my central pillar. When I go over here, I'm not leaning that way. I'm just changing the weight down, and that frees this foot to step. And then the weight goes down, freeing this foot to step. And I'm not using any force, actually. I'm not yanking on my body with force. It's just loose, relax, easy. There and back again. As you get softer and more confident in using softness, as you get better at it, it happens faster, or you can allow it to happen faster. So it's just boom. So now it looks like I'm rushing or moving fast, but I'm still doing Tai Chi. I'm still moving, one full, one empty. I've still got my central pillar. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm moving with some efficiency, some sprightliness, but not through effort, through the opposite of effort. That's the Taoist epiphany, right? Now, stand with your feet somewhat wide. Now, just remember from the Friday class, hopefully you're coming to that, because these blend, the classes blend. So change the weight to your right leg, turn, brush, and sweep. This is that first Tai Chi exercise we do. Then turn the hands, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Then turn the hands, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. So this, put together with the side step, is our first advanced Tai Chi move. So let's do it together. Shift to the right leg, turn, brush, sweep. Now, hands stay here. Bring that foot in, the left foot that's empty in. Now, change the weight to that left leg, turn, brush, sweep. Then that foot's free, the right foot, so step it out. Now we're ready again. Turn the hands and go shift, turn, brush, sweep. Now the left foot should be empty because I've committed to this leg, so it can slide in. And then turn the hands and we go change the weight to the left leg, turn from your middle pivot, brush, sweep. Right foot should be empty, therefore it can step. Turn the hands, shift, turn, brush, knee, sweep, leg. Left foot should be empty. Bringing that foot in, turn the hands, and we're ready to go. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot should be empty. So can you simultaneously step and turn your hands, shift and turn, brush, and sweep? Simultaneous, bring the left foot in as you turn your hands so that you just flow right through. As you step, you turn your hands, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Now, bring the left foot in and back out, so we're going to head that way. Turn your hands, and we got shift, turn, brush, sweep. The right foot being empty comes in, hands turn, and we're ready to go shift, turn, brush, sweep. Left foot step, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Right foot steps in as the hands turn, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step and turn hands, shift and turn. Step in, hands turn, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Hands turn as you step, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step, shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step, turn, brush, sweep. Step in, step out. Now, your right hand does that same brush knee, but left hand floats up and does swap the jumping fish. So let's just stand here with our legs and do a few brush knee, swap the fish. Hand comes down, brush knee, swap the fish. Hand down, hand up, brush knee, swap the fish. Hand switch. Now, brush knee, swat the fish. So now here you pause for a moment. You think, okay, 100% in the right leg. Now, as your hands switch, bring your left foot in. Then shift the weight into your left leg, turn, brush knee, swap the fish. Now your hands are over here. As they go one high, one low, right foot steps. Now, shift and turn, brush knee, swap the fish. So eventually we want simultaneous hands and foot. And then shift and turn, brush knee, and swap. And then we want simultaneous hands and foot. Brush and swap. Hands and foot. Brush and swat. And so it has sort of a robotic feel at first. We have to sort of organize everything by going, okay, all the way here, pause, and then try to get this to occur together. Let's go back the other way, stepping out, shift and turn, brush and swat. Hands change. Foot comes in. Shift and turn, brush and swap. So at first I'm saying, okay, just think about your hands, then think about the foot, and then put this one together. And eventually you can go hands and foot together. So slowing down enough to time it together. Shift, turn, brush, swap. And then slow down to time it together. Shift, turn, brush, swap. Slow down, time it together. Shift, turn, brush, swap. And let's do that last one more time. The brush and swap. Shift, turn. Left foot comes in. Hands change. Shift and turn. So after you get the organization of the parts in a somewhat robotic manner, then you layer on top of that, or you blend out the robotic qualities in favor of Schwen, meaning as the river flows. So then your movement starts to be able to feel literally like the poetic image of the river flowing. Back in and out. So there's this soft, loose quality on which I'm riding to do these movements. So speed is not your friend because usually we skip over things. We don't have the time to coordinate everything. So the slowness of Tai Chi is not to condemn us to slow movement forever. It's to slow us down enough to coordinate, to find how to put everything together. And then that's where swiftness and suddenness can occur over time. All right, come stand in between your chairs. Hands together. Rub your palms. Rub the back of one hand. Then rub your palms. And rub the back of the other hand. And rub your palms. And then go quad or groin area. Hip flexors. Tail. Lower back, lumbar, and all those low back muscles. And then remember how we did a little squat without sitting in the chair. So do that little squat. Sweep the hands down the outside of the legs around to the inside and then stand up. Bring the hands past the groin to the navel. We'll do it again. Quad or groin area. Feel how that traces the inguinal crease, the sort of soft area right there, traces right into the hip flexors, which traces all the way around to the sacrum and traces right up into the lumbar. So that's that mechanism that the Tai Chi folk are talking about needing to be cultivated. And then we just make sure we've got clear outer backside yang channels, clear inner front side yin channels, and then the navel is the center. So you come to the literal belly button, and then again, qua. Inguinal crease to the hip flexors, to the sacrum and tail, to the lower back muscles, yang channels, yin channels, navel. And then we finish by going yang channels, yin channels, off. We repeat on the same arm. Yang, yin. Yang, yin. Eventually you can do that in a really smooth way. Switch sides, yang, yin. So it comes up and over the shoulder, and then down on the inside and off. Up the outside and over, down around and off. And then loose, bounce. And shogun wings, roll, fold, settle to the belly button middle, seal the practice, one hand, other hand, and then this little hand position. So you grab the thumb and fold over. So it looks like a little yin-yang symbol there, like that. Thank you, everybody. Great work. If there are any questions, feel free to unmute and ask.